Imagine a spiritual pathway that addresses your physical health, emotional frequency, mental clarity, and spiritual well-being, all in perfect harmony. This isn't just an ideal. It's the comprehensive nature of the Goddess Emergence show with Dr. Brie Gibbs, a spiritual leader, healer, and trance medium, who alongside of Goddess Bell, the creator, and other masters will share information never before released on the planet to help guide and evolve humanity, and along the way, heal the 4 dimensions of body, emotions, mind, and spirituality. This show is about true spirituality, offering a new earth narrative and effective path to well-being as it accelerates the journey of our spiritual evolution to keep pace in this rapidly changing world. Get ready to emerge the goddess within each of us, both the feminine and the masculine. If you have any questions about yourself that you have no answers to, this is the show for you. Let's emerge together and emerge better. Now here is your host, Dr. Brie Gibbs.
Everybody, I am so excited about the show today to talk about divine feminine and divine masculine on why it's so necessary we all work together. Hi, Theresa. How are you doing today?
Dr. Brie, how are you?
I'm doing great. And you?
Good.
You know, I've been asked several times, why is it called the Goddess Emergence? And it doesn't feel like men are included. And I thought today I want to do the show and explain why. Because this is a show for men and women. We're born with the X and Y chromosomes. Some of them are dominant on the divine feminine, some of them are dominant on the divine masculine. Which one do we see? But right now, I want to include men in this right today. I want them to know that this is for them also. Divine masculine brings so much to the table that when you work with a male figure that's carrying the very strong masculine energy, when you combine the two together, such as excuse me, such as myself and let's say a male friend I have, right? And working together, we're able to do stronger healing together, planetary work, working with a client or whatever that we do. And so that's why I want to bring this in this show today. Let's get right to it. I'm gonna get myself up here. So why do men feel excluded, Teresa? I want an answer why they think so.
I think it's so cultural that when we say the word goddess, everybody thinks female.
Hey.
But really, we really are talking about all of us because, as you say earlier, we all carry that energy. We carry female energy, but we've learned to look at energy separated by gender. But when we really think about how many people we know in our lives, we really can start to see those very subtle differences if we really pay attention, because we do have friends, and also in ourselves too. Be strong, we can be soft, we can be both, all in the course of probably 5 minutes if we want to.
No kidding.
I think it's very cultural right now until we begin to talk and put this out in the environment a little bit more.
Right. So that's the reason why I want to talk about it, because I've asked them why they feel they're excluded from the show. I said, oh, one thing they're not. I have a friend I've been answering a lot of questions to lately, and he gets amazed on the answers I give them, right? And it's like, they should know this also. So today I want to spend that time talking about it. So as divine feminine energies, we carry the goddess energy strong inside of us. But the thing about it is the masculine energy also carries the goddess energy in them very strong. So how can they bring that out in them? And it's really simple. Embrace it. Excuse me, a little bit of cold. Embrace it and say, I'm okay. I can embrace this energy. It doesn't make me feel any different. It's who I am. It's what I am. And be proud of who you are and what you are, no matter what gender you are. So I won't get that out of the way right now. The other thing is the journey that they're on with us. The creator gifted me a conduit that we do a lot of work together with, and he's just amazing. And when we have a discussion or we're doing planetary work or at night leaving our bodies and doing work or whatever we do, we're doing it together. And the combination is holding us in balance. And that's one thing that people understand, even in your daily lives with a husband and wife or whoever you're with, right? I'm trying to be non-gender specific on this show today because of the energies I'm talking about. The male energy is different than the feminine, but yet when they're combined together like this inside of one person or two people working together, it lifts and it strengthens the energy inside of you. There is something that I was taught that taking the hands of a male figure, okay, and I'm trying to be real delicate. I said, anyway, but holding his hands and running energy, it's amazing what it can do. You're sending healing light out to somebody. You just want to send them light or healing, or you want to support that person wherever that person is, another person we're working for and praying for. Combine the masculine divine feminine energy and the God's energy inside of each one of us brings such an amazing gift to the world that people don't look at. And I'm like going, wait a minute, we got to talk about this today. Uh, I've had the pleasure to be able to do that. And so I want people to understand that we are all here for the same purpose in a lot of ways, no matter who you are. So, anyway, so that's one thing. The other thing is the metaphysical world, the men feel excluded from. And I just can't handle that no more. So I gotta just say this right now. This show is for men, women, whoever. If it's teenagers want to know things. So that's something that was very important today. I want to talk about. So let's get here to talk about Myanmar and why it's so important. Teresa, I think that I want to talk to you about your relationship that you have with your husband, which totally amazes me, and how you guys are so balanced. Can you explain a little bit to our audience about that?
Sure. I don't know if we're an anomaly or what we are, but we're both fairly balanced inside ourselves with our male female energy. We're comfortable with both. And so we make a good team. We have enormous respect, which is one of the outcomes of being balanced within yourself,
Mhm.
that you can become this active listener, and you don't get into these competitions or power struggles that you can get into if you're not balanced in yourself or with each other. So we're very fortunate in that. We came together later in our lives, so we went through our own journeys of some of that. But I think that balance within yourself and recognizing that allows you to really become a team and to work on lots of solutions. And I really think, Brie, that is going to be, if we can do this and balance these energies, it's a path forward to beginning to solve some of the complex issues that we have on the earth plane right now.
Right. With me, I have more female energy in me
Hmm?
than anything. And so I have a strong, dominant, divine feminine energy in me. And I have someone in my life that is a strong male, divine male energy. So sometimes we don't see eye to eye on things. And I'll just say it that way. And even the conduit and I, we don't see eye to eye on things, but he's such a strong male energy that I have to kind of go step back and say, okay, uh, which one of us are going to step back and balance it out? But by the time we're
Mhm.
done, it's like we laugh, but being a strong divine feminine energy
Mhm.
is a lot different than a strong
Oh,
male
yeah.
energy. So I want to explain that to you a little bit. Um, it's not that we're superior, and that's one thing we get out there.
Mhm.
It's just who we are.
Mhm.
And we can be opinionated and we can be a little mouthy. And I don't have problems saying that because it's very true about me. I guess that's why I'm like being on there so much. But it's like the other thing about the conduit, he can be mouthy, he can be opinionated and say his opinions. But when we work together in balance now
Mhm.
is a whole nother story. So when we're doing our spiritual work, whether praying or trying to work on the planet or whatever we're doing, we do it in balance. Where I
Mhm.
hold my divine feminine energy, he holds his divine masculine energy in strength. And that's one thing that I think is really important. I can't say who the conduit is. I'm sorry. People will get to know him. But it's someone that has been around for a long time, and he's just amazing, is what I'll say. And so that's one thing I'll talk about. So,
I was just going
but,
to say, Dr. Brie, when you come together for a common purpose,
mhm.
and you balance your energies together, there's some pretty phenomenal things that are coming about that will
Yes.
come out. And I know our listeners will learn that and see that.
Yeah. So let me explain a little bit. The conduit that was gifted to me because I intertwined with God's bell, so I'm no longer a trans medium. I only bring bell through now, and he will bring the other energies through of a set of masters of different, whoever he's going to bring through. Whether it be, let's say, I'll just throw some example like Archangel Michael or whoever, right? I'll just use that for example, and his strong energy is able to hold those energies where I can't now. And being a trans medium was easy to bring in. Um, I can bring in gospel or gospel rod. That's one thing and stuff. But using the conduit will bring in the stronger male energies that are need to be heard right now during this great shift of consciousness. I think that's really important that we have that. Um, this is the first time it's been done on the planet, and so I'm really excited, and we're getting him ready to come on here soon. We'll take a break in a couple minutes, but the other thing is when we learn to work with each other and we work in balance, I know it's the effects on the planet also it has. And when I'm talking with someone, so we're all born with the X and Y chromosomes. And when I center myself and I'm balanced between the two, I don't have the conflict of working with a male or female because I'm so centered.
Mhm.
And a lot of female have a strong masculine energy in them. So I have to adjust to that also.
Mhm.
I think that's one thing that's really important to say because some just have that more dominant male energy inside them.
Mhm.
And that's not a problem, where people think, oh, wait a minute, Dr. What are you saying? Are you talking about gender Pacific? No, I'm just saying that some of us are born this way. We have those different energies and how we have to look at it. We're going to take a quick break and be right back. Welcome back, everyone. So, Teresa and I were talking about something during the break, and I really want to talk about it. Just go ahead and ask that question again.
Yeah, I'm wondering, we always think we're on this sort of personal journey alone. Are these our divine feminine, they're supposed to work alone on this journey, or the divine masculine energy is supposed to work alone on this journey?
That's a really good question.
In
So,
part,
right. So, here's the thing: is there are jobs that we have to do that are apart.
Mhm.
The divine feminine has their mission, their I call them missions because they're actually assignments and missions we get that from the creator that okay, this is what we're supposed to do this week or that week or whatever, right? Or from my guides.
Mhm.
And so there's a lot of work that I have to do by myself as divine feminine, as an incarnate goddess. I definitely have work I have to do by myself. There's I have questions that sometimes I can't answer because of limitations that are put on me um, by my guides and the creator. And so I have to work a lot of it in silence even.
Mhm.
And so such as a client comes to me and asks me a certain question, and I say, oh, I can't answer that one, but I can answer it this way for them.
Mhm.
So I feel bad when I have to do that, but it's what I have to do. And so it's the same thing with the divine masculine. They have a lot of work they have to do. And there's a lot of things in the universe and cosmos, whatever you want to say that it's going on right now that the divine masculine has to take care of more than the divine feminine can take care of. But yet at the same time, when our conscious leave our body and we go do the work we have to do, they have their jobs, I have my jobs. And you understand about different things that are going
Yes.
on in cosmos and stuff, and that, and in the universe, I'll say it that way also, that we have to do separately. Yes, so that's very true.
Mhm. Good. Thank you.
Okay. So the other thing is their abilities. Some on the masculine side, some of their abilities are much stronger than divine feminine.
Mhm.
And that's one thing I want to give them say right now. There are some things I cannot do that I wish I could.
Mhm.
And so why would I not balance with the divine masculine energy to be able to do the job I do, or in my daily life even?
Mhm.
Um, as you and I are doing this show, we're balancing our divine feminine masculine inside of us even.
Right.
You know, you're more balanced with the energy of the masculine than I am. So it's kind of hard
Mhm.
for me to say I understand everything when I don't. But I know for me that I have to look at it and say, okay, this is who I am.
Mhm.
And then I see the things that you do and I go, it just amazes me. I go, how does Teresa do that? I couldn't do that, and it's because of your balance inside of you.
Mhm. And I feel the same way sometimes about you, but don't you think the constant awareness of the need to balance um, really kind of helps keep you centered? And the more that you can practice it and keep that awareness, the more successful that you can be. And then pretty soon it becomes second nature. It
Yes.
becomes more of a habit and it starts to feel really comfortable
Hmm.
and you
So,
feel better outcomes.
right. So what I can say about me is that when I did the entwine with God's belt, ended up balance, bringing more love into me, more energy into me, and I
Mhm.
had to learn to balance it. So it's a whole new thing for me now.
Mhm.
And so it's a second nature now in my
Mhm.
house and with
Yeah.
me. How I feel about things, it's softened. So it softened the divine feminine, it's also, and the divine
Mhm.
masculine in me is softened.
Yeah.
So it softened me to the extreme. And I had to learn to balance it. And I still am working on that. And she's a very powerful energy in herself, even. But the thing is, daily life, what we do every day is so important that
Yes.
respect that energy inside of you, carrying both, and also respecting the the divine feminine, divine masculine energies around you.
Yes.
And that's one thing I have to say I have seen where they are not holding themselves accountable, each one of us, including myself, sometimes accountable for thinking errors, judgments we may have thought. And the one thing I want to say that I've learned that we don't have a right to judge anybody, including we don't have a right to judge ourselves because we're all from the Creator. So
Mhm.
why would you do that?
Right.
And exclude anybody from this type of show?
It's not
Yeah.
an easy thing to do, though, when you might be upset or angry about life events, and many people are in that position right now.
Mm-hmm.
And so sometimes it's pretty easy to come out swinging instead of step back and take a look at something and see how you can see another point of view or work your way through something. Because if you can't find common ground, and how do you find common ground? By balancing your energies.
Right.
Is an easier way to do it
Right.
than to see who's more powerful or competitive.
Yeah, and that's something that's really important because you know what? The competitiveness that's happening right now with a lot of people, they want to prove they're right or they're wrong or
Yeah,
whatever. It doesn't matter. What
no,
matters is how we handle ourselves.
that's right.
So, I've gone through quite a journey in the last few months and stuff.
We all have.
And it's like, come on. And so today was kind of I had a great morning this morning and I was able to put myself back together and knowing that I'm out of this journey that I went through and I have to go through it no more. And I refuse to go through it. And that's balancing,
Mhm.
so it's strength inside me, it's divine feminine to balance that and say, I had enough, it's done, it's over,
Mhm.
no matter what the situation is.
Mhm.
Um, I think if we look at things in a way that can help other people. So um, I have a friend in my life that has his ups and downs and had to go through a difficult journey, but has bounced back from it. And now he's doing good. And that's the important thing. And so I respect what this gentleman has gone through. I honor it and respect and understand and have compassion and empathy for it. And as he has seen what I have gone through, the same thing. The one thing is that being incarnate gods, carrying so much human energy, we forget to balance it and know that this world is safe for us.
Mhm.
I think that's really important that people know that also. Um, Gosh, that's a difficult subject I want to talk about, but you know what I'm saying,
Yeah, we say that everything is energy, right? We
right?
love to say that. We all say that everything's energy. Well, everything that you do, your words, your thoughts, your actions, that's a form of energy,
Hmm.
and all of that needs to be balanced. So
Right.
you work on balancing that within yourself and keeping that awareness so you can practice that every day.
Hmm.
Ripple effect, as you mentioned earlier, is huge. Can you speak to that a little bit in your experience of, we don't talk a whole lot about a ripple effect too much anymore.
No, we haven't done that for a long time. So as I progress in with gospel and start coming out more,
Mhm.
everything I do, I make sure that I'm doing it in a love state and balance so it can ripple out. So this words I'm saying today, I hope it reaches somebody that will ripple out to one person and then go to another person and go to another one. I heard this on this show. They're talking about the divine masculine, they're representing men, you know, and I hope it ripples out to everyone, you know. Um, if I say non-gender specific on this one, gosh, I'm trying to be real careful how I say this. Um, but so there are women out there that are highly have more of the divine masculine feminine in them. And there's a respect that needs to be given to them also, that they carry that energy and could be working together also.
Yes, they do both. But this is how it works. And this is how you can step back and say, how do I make a difference as just one person? And you sometimes don't feel you have a big enough of a voice or you're not being heard, but you are in different ways. There's ways to be heard besides through the words. It's the way you carry yourself and the energy you portray, I think creates a level of hope. When you feel like you're lost in this ocean of stuff that you don't even know how to influence.
Right. And we got into myself, but I gotta bring something up. We have you and I have a really good friend in a jewelry store,
Mhm.
and he's just
One of our
amazing.
favorite places.
I'm telling you. And he's amazing and carries a lot of divine feminine. We were talking
Mhm.
the other day, him and I, and and he was asking how he's going through some things right now, and we're keeping our prayers, but
Mhm.
it's like, how do we keep him balanced between,
Mhm.
with mine and him? So it's like I went and saw him the other day and had to pick up some jewelry and I saw him and then talked to him on the phone. It's like, you're gonna be okay. You're who you are. I love him for who he is.
Mhm.
And there's not a lot I can say about him, but the thing is that every time I see him, he's like this big bright light shining everywhere. And
Mhm.
so you know what I'm talking about. And
Oh yeah.
and I have to say to him, but I'd love to have him on the show because he's so authentic. He's who he is. He's not ashamed of, and he brings so much to the table
Mhm.
on divine masculine and female energy in him. And I can't wait to have him on one day. I have talked about, but I really want to bring him on. You know what I'm talking about, Teresa.
Oh yeah.
So the other thing is a strong male energy, the conduit is, and you guys will definitely be hearing that. The other thing. So the other thing is the one thing I'm gonna leave it with, I'm gonna show a process that has been used. If you take a white candle in front of you and you join hands with a very strong masculine energy, doesn't matter who, and you're running your energy together and bringing love and you're sending light to that healing person,
Mhm.
it will hit stronger to that person. And hopefully the body will accept it, whoever we're working on.
Right.
So, now we have about a minute left. Is there anything else I can answer for you, Theresa, before we have to go?
No, I think that's good. I think just creating that awareness that we all carry this energy, that we can make a difference, and we use it, and we become watchful and mindful of all of our actions, and doing them in a love state will have a tremendous impact on the world.
Right. So if you guys have any questions, you can get a hold of me at drbreegibbs.com, on Facebook. You find me over the net. Teresa is available also too, through drbreegibbs.com. And I just want everybody to know that we're supportive and that we love everyone, no matter who you are. And again, the Goddess Emergence, we emerge together and emerge better. So I'll see you next time on the Goddess Emergence.
Thank you for listening to the Goddess Emergence Show with Dr. Brie Gibbs. Tune in the first and third Wednesday of each month at 2 p.m. Pacific on TransformationTalkRadio.com to experience spiritual pathway that addresses your physical health, emotional frequency, mental clarity, and spiritual well-being, all in perfect harmony. This isn't just an ideal. It is the comprehensive nature of the Goddess Emergence Show with Dr. Brie, a spiritual leader, healer, and trance medium who, alongside the Goddess Bell and the Creator, offer messages from the masters never shared or released on the planet. Beyond the show, Dr. Brie offers individual and group sessions at drbriegibbs.com. That's drbriegibbs.com. We hope to see you next time.